Yo, yo, what's cracking? Listen, let me get my mans on here. Hold on one second. Let me get my mans on here. There he
Fam,
is.
what's up, baby?
What's going on with you, big boy?
What's up, man? Long time, man. It's so good to see you, baby.
It's been a minute, man. You're looking real good. I'm telling you right now.
You looking real good too, fam.
You got, hey, listen, you got the fountain of youth. You know that. I want you to know
Yo,
that.
listen. Thank you, thank you. I try to look my best for a 51-year-old cat. You feel me?
Hey, listen, I ain't too far behind you, so hey, I can't talk, man.
And you look great, baby. You look great.
How you doing, man? Everything been all right with you?
Everything's been good, man. Like as in everything, you got your ups and you got your downs, and I've been through a lot of downs,
I hear
and
that.
God has brought me to some ups, and I've been like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm still now on this climb like this, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like even on your get down, people that might come on here that might know me, I speak the truth about everything. So I don't really hold back on nothing, because now is the time for people to really be true with themselves and
Yes.
to understand that the times that we're living in are changed times, different moments.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So I
Absolutely.
don't have no time for
I was
for
going. I was.
gameplay. So
I was going to get into that. I was just about to ask you. In these times that we're living in right now, man, with all this coronavirus and stuff, I wanted to start off with that. First, we're gonna get off into everything else, but just to kick everything off, how you dealing with this coronavirus, man? Like, I mean, what you doing? I know you're staying safe. I understand that, but how you been dealing with it, man?
well, it's like this, man. On some real, it's like so many different changes. Like things changed in my life, right? And then right when things changed, you started hearing about inklings of Wuhan and Corona and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. And
Yeah.
people started talking about, yo, you see what's going on in China? I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. During that time, I had to make there was some major shifts going on in my life. You
Uh
feel
huh.
me?
Yeah.
So the shift happened, and then I end up somewhere here, right? I was like, okay, I'm here now.
Uh huh.
And now this Corona thing, and let's fast forward to it hit the states, and it became stay home, stay at home. Like different states started going stay at home, stay at home, stay at
Yeah.
home, and you go, okay, what's the deal?
Yeah.
And for me, being a conspiracy theorist,
Uh huh.
me,
Uh huh.
I said, oh, we in for the whammo, because once it hit us and then it hit the globe shut down,
Yeah. It was crazy.
I said, this is a whole new thing going on, and it's time to do this. So for me, I don't go out anyway unless I'm doing something. If I'm doing an event, most of the time at this time I'm on tour. I'm just
Yeah.
starting a tour at
Right.
this time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
normally let's say like May, like second week of May.
Uh huh.
If I didn't start in February, second week of May, I'd be starting my 50 city tour. You follow
Okay.
me?
Got you.
So
Got you.
now is usually when I'm prepping to be on tour. But when everything got shut down, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh
Mm-hmm.
boy.
Yeah.
And
It's
then and
crazy,
then
man.
all of
And,
my
and I'll tell you this, not to interrupt you, but real quick,
no, go ahead.
I'll be real with you, man. I didn't even go for it at first. When they first said it
Mm,
was hitting, I was like, I had that attitude like, whatever, it ain't gonna touch us like that. But when it actually hit us, I said, you know
yeah.
what? This thing is for real, man. This ain't no joke. For
Yeah.
real,
No,
for
listen,
real.
bro. We're not used to being shut in unless we're in
Right.
church. Now we grew up in the church,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So it's like
absolutely.
we're gonna have a shut in. We like that's all night. We praying all night. That's it.
Yeah. Right.
People are not used to being told stay inside your house.
That's it. That's
And
crazy, man.
when you stay inside your house and you're not used to being inside your house, like I was saying, for me, you asked me like how I've been dealing with it. It's like I don't go out unless I have to do something. So being inside the house
Yeah.
hasn't been crazy because I'm always in anyway, unless I have to go out. You follow me?
Right.
But here's the
Got you.
problem. I had a lifestyle where I was working out every day. So
Uh-huh.
I would get up, eat, do what I'm doing, whatever kind of business I'm trying to do, and then I would go to the gym for 2 hours and then come back to the crib. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
now there's no gym. So now I'm doing a lot of home workouts, but I'm used to being on them
Right.
weights and stuff. So I don't
Right.
have a weight set up and all that stuff that I'm used to have. I don't have that. So my brain had to connect to, all right, go into your serious home workouts like your boys showed you. You feel me? So that I can keep myself looking the way that A, I want to look, and B, the way people are used to seeing me. You follow me?
Right. It's working. It's working, bro. I've been checking you out, man. I said, this boy don't get old at all.
Oh, man. Look, Ollie, listen to me, man. It's so hard, bro, because I tell people, even though I think everybody was saying, yo, you look good, you're still doing this, but I look at it on the sense where my body is different. Back in 2018, November, I had blood clots in both of my lungs. 75% of my lungs had blood clots. Both of my lungs was fully 75% blood clots, and 100% of my right leg, 98% of my left leg. So, long story short, the doctor said, you should be dead, you should be dead. You kept on saying, you should be dead, you should be dead, you should be dead. And I was like, man, stop saying that to me. I kicked certain doctors out. Doctors came from Cali, because I was in Atlanta at the time. People came from Cali, came from New York, just to look at me and analyze me. I became like a test subject. Like, just last week, somebody had one blood clot, went to the head, died. One blood clot, went to the heart.
That's serious. That's very serious.
It's a real serious situation. Now, of course, I didn't know how serious it was, because I had no symptoms. You follow me? So my legs wasn't swollen. I wasn't breathing like, I had none of that. I'm talking like I'm talking to you. You feel me? But I felt real dizzy. Now, I say this to say, yeah, you can look good, but I eat well. So my body is cool, because God took those blood clots away in 2 months.
Wow.
2 months.
That's amazing, man.
The doctors told me I'll be on Xarelto for the rest of my life. They didn't know I stopped it. Now, I'm not going to say that's good for people. This is just Damion. I don't like being addicted or even feeling like I have to take some kind of medicine for the rest of my life, because God made my body to be immune and strong enough to fight disease. So I'm a fighter. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, my elbow's messed up right now. My hand, I sprained my hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting all these challenges because everybody's like, Damion works out like crazy. Look at his body. Let's challenge him. Everybody's challenging me with these push-ups and this. And I love a challenge. And I'm mad because I can't do everything I can do, because I can't put pressure on. But I say this to say, man, people you have one life, you have one body. Right. You have one time to prove yourself doable to God for what God gave you. God gave you life, right? So we have to say to ourselves, make this vessel be the best vessel it can be.
That's it.
Inside first, outside later. You know what I'm saying?
Boy. That's it. you speaking facts right now. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep, like, me and you been around for a long time, man. I haven't seen a minute, but I be checking you out, man. You look the same that I met you 20 something years ago, bro. Yeah. Like, you look exactly the same. We got the grades, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, you look the same. I mean, Doug, you look great, man. So I'm just thankful that the corona or the COVID-19, hello to everybody, all your fans and people that's coming on your page, man. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for being here and to listen to me speak to my man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all support him and go on his page and join his page. For those that aren't, go to his page.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. He's also one of the baddest producers, y'all. So producers and writers out there. You got a talented family. I'll leave it at that, because it's him interviewing me. It's all good. But what I'm saying is, it's like, we live one life. Yeah. And the life that we live, we have to make it the best that we possibly can make it. We're not perfect. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And I always, when I'm on my page and I'm go live, I go, strive to be perfect like the Father in heaven is perfect, right? You know you're never going to be perfect. But if you strive for it, you can always find your issues where I'm not good at this. I did this, and maybe I should have done that this way. Right. But as long as you keep your mind open and your heart open, then you can always find a way to be better, right? Some people think because you do stuff that you have to, that you're doing it on purpose. Like, anybody that know me, you knew me for a minute. And even if we didn't see each other, you still know me. You know my heart. You know what I'm saying? I don't do anything to hurt somebody or to use anybody or to be in that capacity. For me, if I'm not doing something, it's because I can't do it. You can call me famous. You can think what you want to think. You can say what you want to say. I have down points. And right now, like I said, I'm here. And now I'm trying because I don't have no more tours. Right? And I'm not the only artist in this situation. You got artists, you have comedians, you have writers, you have producers, you have some of everybody that's going through this how am I going to maintain? How am I going to make money? And how I'm going to survive in this time, the
Right.
time I'm
It's
in
definitely tough.
right
It's
now.
tough.
It's tough.
It's real
It's
tough,
tough.
man.
What are you like? I'm trying like, what are you doing in this time right now? I know you got a studio, so that makes you feel kind of good, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that you have a studio and you can work. But how do you feel feeling as if, and I hate to say, people say you can't go outside, like we in jail, like somebody, we go
Yeah.
outside, somebody will shoot us. But for the
Right.
sake of conversation, how do you feel having a stay at home? You might know people that got sick and died from this situation,
Uh-huh.
or going through it, and that's a whole nother situation, because I don't believe, matter of fact, I know for a fact people ain't dying from this COVID-19. They even said on the news that
Uh-huh.
they telling doctors, no matter what somebody die of, put COVID-19 on it. You
Oh
follow me?
yeah, yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. They're putting 20 on it. I feel like it's a lot of situations where um, I'm not speaking ill against the virus, or saying that it's not taking people out of here, because I do believe some people are dying from it. But then you got some people who are just not taking care of themselves, man, and and
right,
then and then they end up going to the hospital, and they might expire from that. They might die from that. But like you said, they want to tag COVID-19 on everything that happens to everybody. And
right,
and just to answer your question about as far as what I'm doing, I'll be honest, I'm kind of like you, man. I'm a homebody, so if I'm not at the studio, I'm here at the house. But just right now, in these times right now, man, I'm trying to keep myself focused on, of course, God first, because
right.
He's always first in our lives. But as far as how we making money, or how we're surviving or living, hey man, I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm still making music. Um, it's slow right now. It is very slow, and I know it's like you said. It's not just slow for us. It's slow for everybody right now.
Right.
But as far as like just surviving, man, I'm just trusting God, man. I get up every morning. I pray. I read my word. I just got off a consecration. Turn my plate down. I'm doing things like that to keep myself occupied. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because
yeah,
if I don't, then what will happen is I'll begin to reflect on, man, I ain't this is crazy. This is whack. I ain't doing it. And I don't even want to go there with it, even though it is relevant.
right,
I'd
right.
rather not go down that road. I'd rather stay positive and stay uplifted, and just and pray to God, because I feel like in a minute it's gonna be over anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm preparing
yeah.
myself for that right now. That's really what I'm doing right now. I'm getting ready for it to all be over. But while it's here, hey man, I'm still doing the same type of stuff I was doing prior to getting here. But I thank God that that you and I are able 20 something years later to get here, man, and speak and talk, man, because we
Yeah.
lost a lot of people along the way. I recently lost a good friend of mine in Detroit. God rest his
Sorry to
soul,
hear that.
man. Long friend of mine. He died, I believe, from complications of the COVID-19, and
Right.
it's crazy, man. But I just thank God that we're able to do what we're doing right now, man. Because
No, man.
you've had a long career, man. A very good, successful career, and that's why I wanted to get you on here. Sidetrack. I wanted to get you on here so the people that do know you, they know what you do and know what you have done. But
Right.
for a lot of people that maybe are kind of like in the dark, have been hiding under a rock,
Yeah, yeah.
I said let me get my man on here, man, because you've been 100 with me since day one. I met
Thank you,
you
brother.
in 1990, and that's a long
Dang.
time ago, brother.
Yeah, brother.
And but from day one, you kept it 100 with me, Damion, and I really appreciate you, man. I love you for that. You know,
Love
you
you too, brother.
you didn't have to
Yes.
do this, and I really appreciate you doing this. And I remember, I'm gonna let you talk. But I just want to say one thing.
No,
I
good.
remember we did the Arsenio Hall show. Was that in 90?
That was eight. Actually, that was 89.
89. We did the Arsenio Hall
89.
show together. Exactly.
Yeah.
With the Winans. And
Yes.
and since that day, you have kept in touch with me, man. You kept it
Yes.
100, man. I really want to say thank you for that, bro. I really
Now,
appreciate you.
listen, man. I love you, bro. When I met you with my brother, who I call Bishop, who was your brother, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
When I it since then, for me, I don't believe when you meet real true cats that are really just who
Mm-hmm.
they are. They're not changing. This is who they are. This is who I am. I can't help but embrace that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And we
Right.
we all have to learn how to embrace each other anyway better,
That's right.
because we are constantly having hidden agendas, right?
Yep.
People
Yep.
have hidden agendas, and their hello is not really what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they come and they smile in your face and they do something else and
Right.
smile in your
Right.
face, do something else. And I ain't never been that kind of person. You know
No,
what I'm
you
saying? It's
never
like
have. Yeah.
I don't understand that type of thing. And like I said, I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
many people on serious, because when I come online, I don't want people to know truth. Some people say that's Damion Hall. Now I know he's straight, he's good, he's good.
Mm-hmm.
I go through a lot of stuff, but I'm just as human as the next person. You
Absolutely.
feel
Yeah.
me? Like,
Absolutely.
there were times when I thought, ain't nothing I can't get, nothing I can't have. I will
Mm-hmm.
never be without. I'm gonna be cool. Why? Because I'm a third of Guy, and I got Aaron and Teddy on my side, and Guy
Uh-huh.
is probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, R&B group ever since mid '80s, late '80s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that did it and changed the sound and did this and did that. I said, as long as they sing, I'm gonna be cool, right?
Yeah.
Never thinking that as we got older, that people was going to change their vision on themselves,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's like
Right.
for me, and I'm speaking to everybody who put their mind on something, a job, a new project,
Yeah.
another entrepreneur business, or if you're an
Uh-huh.
artist or whatever. It's very important to make sure that the people that you unite yourself with from the forefront
Yes.
are people that you can stay in a long term, especially if you're doing business.
That's facts.
And
That's facts right
I
there.
didn't look at this because my brother's my brother, and
Uh-huh.
Teddy is like a brother to me. So I
Yeah.
never looked at it like it would be something different where we're gonna break up or anything. This is family. We family,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But we
Absolutely.
did, and we broke up for 10 years. So it was
Hey
like,
man. Listen, let me interject this real quick.
yes, sir.
Cause you know your brother is a bad boy on them vocals, man. And
Thank you. Thank you.
and likewise yourself too, man.
Thank you,
And
brother.
I want to ask you something real quick. How was it? Well, let me start off by saying this. How tell the people, explain to the people how Guy actually formed. Because let me say this before you answer. The first album, which was self-titled Guy, right? Am I correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, first album, self-titled Guy. You weren't on the album cover. It was Timothy Gatling,
Right.
right?
Yes.
And then,
Yes.
so what was the transition? Because what happened was for me, as a young man growing up in Detroit, man, when y'all dropped, y'all boys made, listen, y'all had us going crazy in Detroit. We was losing our minds, but you don't understand.
Hey, thank
hey,
you. I'm
hey,
glad.
Damien, that New Jack Swing hit hard in the D, man. I swear, man.
Right.
And
Right.
but how was it? How did what happened that Timothy Gatling was originally in the group, and how did you come about this? When I started looking at the videos, I saw you. We didn't see
Right.
Timothy, you know. So how did that happen?
Well, I was in Virginia State University, so peace up to VSU
Uh-huh.
and all my Spartans, but and my Mile boys. Um, Aaron, Aaron and Timmy was working at Abraham and Strauss. For all y'all don't understand, that's like Macy's and that. It was a huge department store. They was working in the shoe department. They came up together and said, "Yo, we're gonna start a group."
Okay.
They were together. Timmy said, "I know somebody that I think you should meet." He brought Teddy into a session because
Wow.
Timmy and Aaron was already working on the album.
Okay.
You
Okay.
follow me? So when he said, "I got somebody I think you'll like." He brought Teddy in. Teddy was doing Kids at Work and all that kind of stuff. So Timmy
Right.
knew Teddy.
Right.
He
Okay.
brought him in, and Teddy was playing it. Long story short, Aaron said, "Yo, I'll do the group, but I ain't gonna do it without this cat. He got to
Okay.
be in it."
Okay.
So then it became Timmy, Aaron, Teddy. You follow
Okay.
me?
Yeah.
So they were already starting on the album. Aaron would come back and forth to Virginia State. Everybody thought he went to Virginia State. He came to Virginia State and said, "Yo, man, look, I'm about to be famous." I was like, "Famous?" Anyway, all right, cool. Anyway, between that time of him coming to Virginia State and going back and forth to New York, Timmy, they had a problem with Gene Griffin, God bless his soul,
Yeah.
and Timmy Gatling got kicked out the group
Okay.
for a disagreement.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
when he got kicked out the group, they were still working on the album, the certain songs of the album, like Groove Me, Peace My Love, going in and work
Yeah.
on those records.
Yeah.
In the night,
Yeah.
they was working on the record. I came in, Aaron came and got me and said, "Yo, I need you to help me. I need you to come down and come help me." I was like, "What?" All right, cool. I called my dad. right before final said, "Yo, Aaron want me to help him. He want to be famous, and can I go?" He said, "If you feel like you want to go, go." I left. I went to New York. Went to the studio that was on 52nd Street. I forget the name of the studio, so forgive me. I went to the studio. Went downstairs in the studio. Saw Teddy with a 4-finger ring. He had a fur coat on. He was at the board. Aaron was like, "Hey." And Gene came with a contract. It was like, "Sign this right here," and turned it right to the signature page, and like, "Sign it." Aaron was like, "Man, sign the paper, man. We gonna be famous." I was like, "What?" I just signed it. So the answer to your question is, Timmy left. I came in the group before the album came out. So before the album was mastered, I was already in the group.
Okay.
But because what the record company said, and Gene and the record company said, "Well, we ain't got time to take new photos. If we take new photos, it's going to prolong the dropping of the album. So we can't do all this new stuff." So if you see the album cover, you see Timmy, Aaron, and Teddy. And then on the back, you see Albert Damion, Teddy Riley, Aaron Hall, Gene Griffin on the back of the album. You don't see Timmy's name. So the crazy part about it was everybody thought I was Timmy on the album. So they looked at Aaron and said, "Oh, that's you, Damion." It was weird how people think. They actually thought they saw me and Aaron right on the thing because my name was on the back and I was in the group, like you said. When the videos came out, I was in all the videos. I was in the groupie videos, so you didn't see Timmy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this to speak up for Timmy. Timmy to this day is probably getting more paper off the First Guy record than any three of us, because Timmy wrote. Him and Aaron, and this is what people don't understand, him and Aaron wrote the majority of that first album.
Oh, okay.
Outside of you can call me crazy and business. Yeah. And business. Those two songs are the only two. Then you got I'll Be Sure and They Say Keep Sweat, right? But I know I'll Be Sure helped co-write that, right?
Okay.
So and when you hear those records, we hear all the other records, you hear crazy. I mean, you call me crazy and business. You hear the different voices like, "I'm tired of people always asking me." That's Timmy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
that's Timmy and I'll Be Sure. That's them singing that.
So
you feel me?
Sing backgrounds with y'all on the project.
Well, with them, I wasn't on at not one anything. Am I on the first album?
That's crazy.
So I was there almost as a spectator, right? Like just like, all right, this is cool. That's dope. That's fly. I was happy for my brother. Like I was just in shock because if anybody that knew me back then, I was a hallelujah, God is good. Let's be cool. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't into, yeah, man, I want to be famous. Oh, I'm about to be. I wasn't into that at all. It wasn't even in my mindset. My whole thing was, I'm doing this to help my brother in whatever it is he think he's about to do. You feel me? Right. And then guy, it took 9 months for the Groove Me song when it dropped. It took 9 months for that thing to really hit the world the way it hit the world. You feel me? Yeah. But when it hit like a nuclear bomb. It did. And it's like, boom. It was everywhere. I was like, whoa. So, you know. I'm sorry. So yeah, so that's what it is. I'm like, I'm honored to be in a group that the people, and I'm saying this, the people themselves is what made us big. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. Like absolutely. The image, I designed a lot of stuff. I put the show together as far as the stage performance. And I was the drummer originally in the group. I was the drummer. The problem, here's the thing. When I started realizing that me and Aaron and Teddy were wearing the same outfits, but when we did the Apollo and we did the Palladium, people, we did the Apollo and I was on drums. People started going, "Oh, that's so cute, Aaron, Teddy. Oh, that's the drummer." I was like, "What?" You know what I'm saying? And I never forget, I was always so defensive. I was like, "I got the same outfit on too. I'm in the group too." You know, it was like, I was like a little baby. I was like, because I started realizing that, wait a minute, if you play the back role on this, if you play the back role, people are not going to take you serious. You're going to always be the drummer. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, cool. Like I can play.
Hold on 1 second, Damion. Hold that thought. Hold on 1 second. I just want to say real quick. I see Mario Winans is logged on. I'm about to get to you in 5 minutes, brother. I promise you. I got you. Just give me 1 second. We got to get these stories. Hold on one second. He's next. Go ahead. I'm
Mario,
sorry.
I love you, boy. I love you so much, man. At the end of the day, though, I'll make it quick. I know you gotta get them on. I'm just honored, man, that the group did what it did back in '88, and we touched, especially us. We touched out my people in a way that there wasn't never touched before. You know what I'm saying? And it went from the boardroom to the street to overseas and military people, that they really enjoyed what we was bringing to the table. So I thank God that 34 years later, because I was 17 when it started, 34 years later, I'm still here, and y'all still are appreciating our music. And no matter what, no matter what idiosyncrasies or issues that we went through as a trio or problems we may have had, we worked through them, we came back. We had a problem, we worked through it, we came back. I'm sorry to everybody that's listening here that we took y'all through so many different trips of making y'all feel like we didn't really appreciate the fact that y'all bought our music, y'all kept us where we are, and we thought that it was about us. I know that it's about y'all. If it wasn't for y'all and radio and people like yourselves that's listening here, we would not be who we are. I'm saying this from myself to y'all. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all for holding us down, for always being there for us, for looking at Teddy when Teddy did do it Blackstreet and doing his projects. You still gave him respect. When Aaron did his solo album, you still gave him respect. And y'all know that I'm going to do a listening thing for my album for those that in '94 that bought the Straight to the Point album and listened to Satisfy You with me and Shantae Moore. I'm going to do a live where y'all can listen to my album, and for those that didn't, and tell me how y'all feel about it. But I want y'all to know I love this cat who's interviewing me right now, Ali, man. I love you, bro.
I love you too,
Blessings to your family. Blessings to all the music you do, and thank you for blessing us with the music. They don't even know all the stuff you did. I'm gonna bring you on my live one day, and I'm gonna interview you, and you're gonna tell them what you did. But
let's do it anytime. Let's do it. And let me just say this real quick, man. You know, you guys have had. I got one question before we disconnect. You got such a big body of work. It'll take 4 or 5 more interviews for us to really get a dive into everything. But there's one song that you guys did, man. And I remember I don't know if you remember this or not. You called me and told me, you was like, yo, Ali, there's a song that we about to do called Let's Chill. You was like, it's crazy. And it was crazy.
This is why I called you, Ali, because at that time, I was you was really close to me. We was really talking. I was excited because for the first time ever on the second record, I did the lead. Let's Chill, the original mastered version of Let's Chill, I did the lead. And it was supposed to go on the record, but what happened when they gave the album up and gave it to MCA, they listened, was like, this is he sound good. Is this Aaron? They was like, no. They was like, oh no. Damion is not the singer, and he ain't the lead singer. They took me, I didn't know that I was off the record. About time the record came out, Aaron voice, they had went to the studio without me knowing. Aaron cut the vocal. And the reason why people say we sounded like sometimes and stuff is because he sang that song exactly the way I sung it when I originally sung it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So that's some trivia for everybody that don't know. They probably would never say it, but if I was there, they'd say it. At the end of the day, I did a lot on records that people don't know I did, but it's fine. All I know is my brother's one of the top voices on the planet.
Absolutely.
I know that I'm one of the baddest niggas on that stage ever. I'm one of the baddest niggas on that stage. And Teddy is one of the baddest producers who have set the trend for all y'all producers out there. So as a together, we are a force to reckon with. And
let me say this to you, man. I gotta give you your props. Without you, Guy wouldn't be Guy. Now, I mean, I know your brother is who he is. Your brother is a phenomenal singer, man. And Teddy is a phenomenal producer. But I gotta say, the three of you guys together, it was just a perfect marriage. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how we looked at it. Growing up in Detroit, that's all we knew was you, your brother, and Teddy. And that's all that mattered to us, man. Y'all gave us all those hits. We love y'all for that, man. You tell your brother I said the same thing, and Teddy, man, we love y'all, man. And
thank you, man.
I still bang y'all's records right now.
Thank you, brother. Continue banging it. Continue. Thank you for your support. And y'all get ready to hear the great Mario Winans, one of the dopest singers Came through
Yes.
Bad Boy, doing what he do. Y'all about to hear it, man. But I love you, Ali, man. Have a great one with Mario. I'll be checking y'all out, listening to you, man. I love you, brother. God bless
Love you
all your
too, man.
fans. God bless you. Take
For
care,
sure.
brother.
Okay.
All right, man.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace. All right, y'all. Y'all heard that. Listen, that's my man right there. We got over 20 years in the game. Now, I'm about to get into my other man right now. Where is he at? Where is he at? Where's my man? Where's my man Mario at? Where is he at? Where's Rio? I'm waiting for him right now. Oh,
Yeah. What up?
my man's.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, boy?
What's up with you, baby?
Hey, man. Once again, it's good to see your smile, man. Your smile lights up the whole room,
Man, you how you holding up during this quarantine, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, bro. Listen, man, I just want to tell you off the rip, I appreciate you, man. You know I love you. You my
Man,
brother.
I love you too, bro.
And I appreciate you doing this for me. And
Come on,
you know,
had to.
we go back
Man,
like
people,
lawn chairs,
people
boy.
don't know. People don't know, man. You rocked with me for years. When I first left Detroit, it was me and you in Atlanta.
It was me and you, baby.
Tearing that town up.
It was me and you. Hey, we had some awesome times. Sometimes
Yes,
I can't
we
mention,
did.
but we had some good times.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes,
My
we
guy,
did.
man. Listen, I gotta say, man, you know, you looked out for me, bro. There was a lot of cats that said to my face that they was my friend, and you know, it didn't pan out like I thought it would. But one thing I always say about you, I tell my wife, I tell everybody I know that knows you, that guy, that's a real guy right there, man. Because you looked out for me, man. Sometimes where I really needed you. You feel
Thank
me?
you, brother, man.
So
Absolutely. And likewise, man.
I want to kick the whole show off by saying I appreciate you, my brother. I really do,
I
man.
appreciate you too, bro. Appreciate
Yeah.
you
So
too, man.
now let's get off into this real quick. Real quick.
All right.
I gotta say this because you know. Now, first of all, for those who don't know, y'all right now you're talking to a Grammy nominated and Grammy Award winner. I gotta give you your props, you know, because you are who you are, brother. and you know you've worked with you don't work with some heavy hitters, Rio.
Yeah,
I mean,
bro.
you know, you ain't no joke on what you do, man. You the real
Thank you,
deal, brother. And you know,
Thank you, brother.
and I learned a lot from you. I'll say this much. I remember I was at your I think you just turned 16. I think it was. I was at your birthday
Yeah.
party. You got your first. Was that your first MP?
Yep. The first MP that when it first came out,
I was right there, brother.
that thing was heavier than a car tire.
I was right there. I remember that, and then I remember you took it home, and I used to come over to your house,
Yep.
and you know we was kind of learning it together, but you seemed to just be a natural at it, man. It was like, you know, you have like this knack, and everybody that knows you knows that you're a drummer first, a phenomenal drummer at that, but it seems like when you started on the production, man, it was a knack, man. So how was the transition from being a live musician to being a producer? How did you make that transition?
Man, you know it's crazy, bro. Like I think I was like 14, and you know I was drum crazy, right?
Yeah.
So my mom brought me a drum machine. My first drum machine was like a Roland TR-505.
I remember those.
And I used to just mess with that all the time. And then one day I came home and she had, like, I think it was a Roland MC505 sequencer, a Tascam 8-track, and all of this stuff, man. And I just started programming. And one thing I could say, what Damion was saying, is like Teddy influenced me, like probably top 3 that influenced me as when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
I just started sequencing, man. I knew 2 chords, and every song I did had those same 2 chords in it. The drum patterns was different, but you know, I just really fell in love with it, man. And then I think the first time I really got a shot to produce a group was a guy named Dwayne Turnage, man. He had this group called Anointed. You remember Anointed?
I think so. That name sounds
Yeah,
familiar. I
they're
think
from
I know
Ohio.
the name. Yeah.
And so I was like 16 years old. No, right after that, I was like 15, 16, produced like 6 songs on their album, man. And so after that, man, I just kept doing it. Then my mom started having me produce records for her.
Shout out to your mom, man. She's a phenomenal person, but hey, man, I can't say enough good about your mother, man. She's a good person.
Yeah, man.
I love your mother,
that's
man.
mine. I love my mama, man. So that's what kind of really sparked it all off, man. I just started producing and I just fell in love with it, man, making like a total body of work. and it just went on from there, man.
Wow, that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
So after you started to produce, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick. What was the first major placement that you got
The first major placement outside of gospel,
outside of gospel? Yeah.
um, I think I think it was this girl named Tasha Scott, man. She was an actress. Forgot what TV show she was on. When we first went to Atlanta, and uh Dave Gates that was working with Dallas called me and was
Dave
like, "Yeah, we
Gates.
had."
I remember
I remember
Dave. Yeah.
Dave said I
Yeah.
had a placement with Tasha Scott, man, and it was we did this song called Bring Me Up, and Deborah
Okay.
Killings,
Oh,
who
Deborah
did
Killings.
all the
Yeah. Yeah.
background
Yeah.
for TLC and all of them. She had wrote it with me, man, and I think that was the first placement. And then not too long after that, because you know I had met R. Kelly
Okay.
when he produced for the family, so he ended up coming to Dallas studio, and I had told him, you know, because he asked me to go on tour with him when I was like young. I was like, dog, I'm still living in my parents' crib. As a drummer, he wanted me to play for him. I was like, man, I can't do that.
Uh
And
huh.
end up running back into him, and then that's when we did "You Remind Me of Something" and all of those
I
records.
was just about to bring that up because a lot of people don't know you're behind that song. You're behind that
Yeah,
beat, man. A lot
yeah.
of people don't know that.
That plaque is somewhere in here, somewhere. Hold on.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, you got so many, you got to fish through them, bro. It'll take you forever.
Yeah, I just got a few of them up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So, but now watch this. I got something else I want the people to know that they may not know. Um, in 1997, you put an album out on Motown, brother, called "Story of My Heart."
Yeah.
Now, I was there because you cut the project at Mike Powell's studio, Vanguard, right?
Yep, the whole album.
Oh, right. I was there for the majority of it, but I'm gonna tell you right now, man. That and you've done some phenomenal, a phenomenal body of work. But I gotta tell you, brother, that body of work sticks with me to this day. It's
Appreciate
it's
that, bro.
um it's one of the most. I mean, it's the one of the most heartfelt R&B projects I've ever laid my ears on, man. And to all the listeners and all the viewers right now, if you don't have it, go get it. It's called "Story of My Heart." From top to bottom, man. You and Kenny Hickson, bro, and shout out to Kenny
Yo,
Hickson.
shout out to Kenny Hickson,
Shout
man.
out to Kenny Hickson. I don't know if he's watching right now or not, but man, that's a phenomenal writer right there, man.
Yo, man, let me tell you something, man. Kenny, man, was like, and still is to me, one of the dopest writers ever, man. He wrote that entire album with me, man.
Yeah.
And it was like he stuck by my side, and I just poured my heart out into it, and we had like a dope trio, him, me, and Paul Allen. Um, we just did that whole album at that studio, man, and
Yeah.
it was amazing, bro. But I'm
We
about to
saw
do something. I'm doing something special with that album, so it's gonna resurface real soon.
I can't wait to see what you're doing with it, brother.
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah,
can't wait.
man.
Cause we saw the sun come up a lot of mornings.
Ooh, yes, we did.
A
Yes, we
lot of
did.
mornings, man. So then and after that, you did another project called "Hurt No More," right?
Yep, on Bad
Okay.
Boy.
Now, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. It took you what? It took you what 3 years to do that project? Is that correct?
No, so what happened was, so I the Story of My Heart album kind of got mixed up in the sauce when Andre Harrell left Motown.
Okay.
So it just fell out the sky.
Okay.
Because he wasn't there no more. I didn't want to be there no more. And I had already signed in '97 to Puff as a hitman producer.
Okay.
So actually Puff's assistant at the time, Norma, was playing that Hurt No, because she used to work for Andre. So she was playing "Story in My Heart" in her office, and Puff was like, "Yo, who was that?" And she was like, "That's Mario." He was like, "My producer, Mario?" She's like, "Yeah." So he called me and was like, "Yo, if you can get out that Motown deal, I'll sign you in a week." Got out the
Wow.
Motown, yeah, got out the Motown deal, did the deal with Bad Boy in a week. And at the time we was producing so many records, um, I really couldn't really focus on no album as an artist. You know what I'm
Uh
saying?
huh.
And then,
Uh huh.
so I would just do a song here, a song there, and that's how that happened. And I had took a break from that because every now and then I would take a break from Bad Boy Studios and go to like a small studio, and just shut myself in, lock myself in like a weekend straight and make some records. So I made I Don't Want to. No matter of fact, I made I Don't Want to Know and Benzino Rock the Party in the same day, right? And
Well,
so
okay. Okay.
I played it for Puff over his phone, left him a message, and he went crazy over it. And
Uh-huh.
that was it. And then they put it on the Bad Boy mixtape. So it started taking off on its own. It went to like 17,000 spins a week on its own with no promotion or nothing like that. And then Universal was like, yo, he got to put this album out. So a lot of people don't know that Hurt No More album, like half of that album I did in 2 weeks, man.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Like I wasn't really able to put I mean, I like the album, but I wasn't able to really put my foot in it like I really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Because the single was taking off so much. But we did 2.2 million worldwide. But I think if I could have had a chance in time to really do it like I wanted to do it, I think it could have been even a bigger album. You know what I mean?
Well, I still enjoy it. I listen to both projects to this day, man. I'm a fan, man. I enjoy all your work anyway.
Thank
So
you, bro.
I'm
But
biased.
the first album is my favorite too, though, bro. I think the first album is
That first album ain't no joke, Rio. Hey, man,
yeah.
listen, I bounce it right now. I listen to it all the time, man. Like I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told Damion. I got my songs, man. I got certain songs that's in my playlist, and that whole project is in my playlist.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate
to this
that,
day.
man.
And I just want to say we as fans, we appreciate that body of work. Now, you did and I'm pretty sure everybody in the world knows I Need a Girl. Listen, brother. So let me ask you this, because that was a phenomenal record. So you produced and you sang on that record, right?
Yeah, I did both of them, part 1 and part 2.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. Well, before I get off into that, you mentioned earlier being down with Bad Boy and signing with Puff. So how did you actually get signed with Puff? Because I know for a minute you were with Dallas Austin for a second, right?
Yeah, so I was with Dallas, and things that kind of leveled off. I had kind of left. I left Atlanta, and I started working with Kels for a few years.
Okay.
And then, after the Motown thing happened, I went back to Atlanta, and it was just kind of like a standstill. So I was in this apartment that I was renting, and I was watching TV, and it was like I started seeing all of these Bad Boy videos, like back to back to back, Benjamins, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, like all these records, and I was like, yo, I gotta get with them cats, man. You know what I'm saying? So Kevin Wells managed 112, right?
Kevin Wells, yeah.
I call him. Shout out to Kevin Wells. I say, yo, Kevin, I need to get with Puff in them, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to get down with him. He called Puff, called me back in 10 minutes. It was like, dial this number. I called Puff in his Hamptons. He picked up the phone. We hollered. I flew to New York, and that was it.
Wow. That's crazy, brother. That's a crazy story, man. So now getting back to I Need a Girl, how did that record come about? How did that was it was a remix, or is that the original?
Yeah, so the original, so remember the Bad Boy The Saga Continues album, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So it was a record called I Need a Girl on there. That's another producer did.
Okay.
It was called like a song to Bella, right?
Okay.
And then, so the album was doing what it was doing, but it wasn't really taking off like Bad Boy records usually take off. So Puff called me at the studio one day. He was like, "Yo, I need a hit, man." He was like, "I need one of them things." And so I was like, "All right." So I got off the phone, and I love surrounding myself with keyboards in the studio. I ordered 16, 17 keyboards from the 60s all the way up to that time, right?
For those who don't know, when you walk into a Rio session, it's like you at the Guitar Center. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had to let him know that. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So, and the first beat I did was the part 1. And I did 4 more tracks, and the 5th one was part 2. Yeah, and that's how that came about, man.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy, brother. Yeah, man. And when that dropped, it was just like that was like an atomic bomb, brother. That was that did its thing, man. But you're super talented, man. I really appreciate your talent. I really appreciate you sharing your talent with us. You know what I'm saying? Because
absolutely, bro.
And then another thing is this too, man. It's like from the time that you started producing up until now, of course, things have changed. It's not like how it used to be. People get on different ways now. Now it's more so everything's driven by social media. Or like how you said, you actually picked the phone up and called Kevin Wells and got that hookup. But nowadays, it's like, you don't really have that luxury too much no more. It's like you got to get out here and do it yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what would you say to a upcoming producer or songwriter or artist right now that's out here trying to get it? What kind of advice would you have for him right now? Because you know, it's not like I said, it's not like how it used to be. It's not now. It's like it's all on you, and then the labels they wait to see what you do, and then they jump behind you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Right.
what kind of advice would you give somebody trying to get it in right now?
Yo, man, I would say, honestly, first and foremost, just stay true to who you are. Sometimes, you know, I've seen people get discouraged, you know, they'll go to meetings or something like that, and then come back and call me like, man, I just went to a meeting, and, you know, they told me they liked the music, but I didn't have any numbers, so wait
Uh-huh.
till I get some numbers and come back. And so what I try to encourage people to do, man, is just stay true to who you are.
Uh-huh.
Stay true to your sound, you know what I'm saying? Keep
Yeah.
developing it. And, you know, don't worry about, you know, following nothing, man, because, you know, right now, man, I'm not knocking nothing out there, but it's a lot of things that sound exactly the same because
The
people
same.
are kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
jumping on the same formula, you
Yeah.
know, to try to, I don't know, I guess just get their stuff mixed in or heard however the way it is. But you know, just stay true to what you have in your sound and just keep perfecting it. You know what I'm saying? And that's always been my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if I feel like I gotta force something, I'm not gonna do it. That's probably why, you
Right.
know, what I've been working on for the last few years, just working on new artists, working on, you know, grooming and fostering artists, new producers. You know what I'm saying? I got a company that I've been working with my brother Bam. You remember Bam?
Yeah. Bam. Yeah. Shout out
Yeah,
to Bam. That's my man.
Bam put together a whole company, man. I'm talking about, and this company is freaking amazing in Miami, Florida, called Golden City, and that's a company that you know, he brought it back to the table with me, and then I'm helping, you know, put them in position. But these guys, these kids are so freaking amazingly talented,
Okay.
and so I'm doing that with them. I got some producers and writers that I've been grooming and getting them ready, and so I got a lot of stuff that I'm finna come with, man. I'm gonna do like another 3 to 5 year run.
Oh no,
You know, but I
you
had
got
to.
more than that in you, brother. You got way more than that in you. I'm saying right now,
Now,
3 to 5.
listen,
That's
man.
just you just
Yo,
scratching the
bro, for
surface.
real.
That ain't nothing.
No, no, I want to do that, tour the world, put these youngins in position, take them around the world, and then I'm gonna go live in the middle of the oceans. You know what I mean?
And be sipping on something with an umbrella in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And just, you know, just be the wisdom for these youngins, man. You know, I'm
That's
just waiting
right.
to pass that mantle. But before I do, you know, I gotta do one more 1-2 punch, man. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's right. That's
You
right.
know?
Yeah. You got a lot more in you, brother. You got a lot more in you, man.
Yeah, man.
And you know what? And real quick before we disconnect, because I know I don't want to hold you up. I know you're a busy man.
No,
But
we good.
what can the people expect? What you working on right now? Is this something you about to drop right? Well, hold on. Wait a minute. I would be stupid to not mention this. You just, if I'm not mistaken, you just did something with the weekend, right? That's
Yeah.
charting right now, brother. It's charting.
Yeah, yeah. We over 1 billion streams. We over 1 billion streams. We sold over 1 million records first 2 months. We breaking records with that, man. 3 weeks in
That's
a row.
what's up.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, man. It's like six songs on. No, four or five songs on that album that's on the Hot 100 charts. And
That's what's up,
yeah,
brother.
man. So I'm excited about that. You know what I'm saying? And but
Amen.
I'm working on the album right now, though, man, because you know a lot of people think that I just came out with this song, I Don't Want to Know,
Uh-huh.
and it's disappeared. They don't really know the work that I put in the game as a producer and as a musician.
Yeah.
So I'm working on an album that I'm producing the whole album. It's kind of like a Mario Winans and Friends album. I'm not gonna call it that. I don't
Okay.
like it. It's kind of cheesy, but
Right.
it's like a collaborative. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Got you.
collaborative album to where I'm gonna take some of the iconic artists that I produce and pair them with some of the new artists and some of the younger artists, and I'm gonna also put some new artists that I have signed and put it out. But I'm gonna produce the whole thing. So that's what I've been really working on, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
I
It's
can't
new,
wait to
it's
hear it.
innovative. It's gonna inspire a lot of people, man. It's gonna really also give people the push to really stand for your own sound and be who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because you know we never really follow trends, man. We always set
Right.
the trend, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When
Right.
you
Right.
hear
Right.
Peaches and Cream, it ain't sound like nothing on the radio, or Last Night ain't sound like nothing on the radio. Can't
Yeah.
Be Friends ain't sound like nothing on the radio. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And
Right.
so I refuse to just follow any trends. So I just want to I just been taking some time to really like put together something, man, that's going to change the game, man, and I'm excited about it.
Well, listen, man. Congratulations on everything you're doing, brother. And then, just I got one more question for you, man. So, how are you? As far as this COVID-19, this coronavirus nonsense, man. I mean, how are you? How you dealing with this, brother? I mean, I know we all stay in quarantine, but how are you coping with not being able to shake and move, man?
I'm cool, man. You know, I just changed the way I've been shaking and moving. That's all, you know,
Right,
because the beautiful
right.
thing, like all my crew and everybody, they got home setups, you know what I'm saying? So we can
Yeah.
still work, you know, and even with the MTV thing, because I'm involved with this new MTV reboot, and we've been pretty much doing everything, you know, on Zoom or having our meetings still and going through the casting picks and stuff like that. So we're not completely shut down, and basically, you know, I can still create. I got setups all over the world. So I got a little setup here at the crib. I just do a couple little things here.
Okay.
But for the most part, man, we just we just take it in stride, man. I appreciate the time with my family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. That's important. That's
A lot
important.
of self-reflecting I've been doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're gonna come out stronger, man. And I encourage
That's what.
everybody to keep their head up. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, brother. You got a beautiful family, man. I see y'all on the gram. Y'all look beautiful,
Thank
man.
you, bro. I appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir, man. So
Appreciate
I ain't
that,
gonna
bro.
hold you up, man. But listen,
All good.
I got to get you back on here, in the near future, man. And we'll talk
Whenever,
again. We got
bro.
so many stories. We can't fit them in
Whenever.
one night.
And send me some music, man.
I got you. I'm gonna send you something for sure, for sure.
You want to be on this album, bro.
Hey, listen, I'm
You,
gonna send you something
you,
tonight, brother.
yeah, send me some tonight. You know what I'm saying? You want that Brinks truck to show up with them publishing papers. You know
I
what
need it. I need it, Rio. Hey, man, listen, man. I love you, man, and I just want to say congratulations on everything. And listen, man, keep doing what you're doing, baby.
Thank you, bro. Shout out to my man Damion. Let me tell you something about God. God is
Uh-huh.
one of the dopest groups that will ever walk the face of this earth, man.
That's it. That's it.
Trust me, a lot of my makeup and music as a producer came from watching them dudes, man. Trust me when I tell you, man. So,
They're the Godfathers. They're the
man, they're the
Godfathers.
Godfathers, man. Absolutely.
Yes.
And not too long ago, I was in LA. It was in the concert. I went and seen them, man. Man, they ain't missed the beat, bro.
That's crazy.
Missed the beat, man.
I
You know
haven't
what
seen
I'm
them in
saying?
concert. I haven't seen them in concert in a long time, but I'm pretty sure they still got that step.
Oh, look, Damion, 100%. If y'all not on that album, I'm gonna cry. Y'all gotta be on that album, Damion, please. And I got the song for you already, bro. I promise you. I'm gonna DM you when I get off here.
There it is, Damion. There it is, baby. All right,
Holla,
Rio, man.
man.
Listen,
Love you,
man.
bro.
I love you, man. Listen, let's stay in
Anything you
touch,
need
bro.
from me, just hit me, baby. I'm here.
All right, for sure. I appreciate you, man.
All right, bro.
All right.
One.
Hey, y'all, listen. Those two guys I just talked to right there are family to me. All right. I wasn't just kicking it with some guys I just met a couple of years ago. We got 20 years plus in. I've been knowing Rio since we was kids, and I've been knowing Damion since I was 19 years old. And I ain't gonna tell you how old I am right now, but you see the great patch. And I just want to say, listen, I thank everybody for logging on tonight. We're gonna do this again next Thursday. I will announce who my guest is gonna be next Thursday in the near future. Y'all just stay tuned at Chiva the Man. Follow me. Listen, I got some hot guests coming up. Y'all don't want to miss this. I got some people coming on here that y'all do not want to miss, all right? And I just want to say to everybody, thank you, and I love y'all, all right? Y'all stay safe, stay quarantined, and don't eat nothing crazy, y'all. Y'all eating, stop eating all that crazy stuff. A lot of y'all talking about you got the Rona and all that. You just eating dumb stuff. Stop eating crazy stuff, all right? You won't have to be going to the hospital. All right. All right, love y'all. All right.